Hello my loves, it's Lola and welcome back to my channel. Today's video, obviously as you saw from the title, is going to be my unpopular office opinions. I don't really want to say they're unpopular because they might not be unpopular. They might just be not nice. Nope, that's not the wording either. They're fine. They're fine. They're just opinions that I don't hear as commonly in the office community. I don't really know what to call it. But anyway, I miss The Office. I love The Office so much. It's like my happy place and just something that brings me like so much joy. Every time that I watch the series, I just recently watched the series right before January 1st because if you guys are fans of The Office or even like this show, you guys would know that they took it off of Netflix and moved it to a different streaming service. So I watched the series all the way through one last time, and that is actually when I got the idea for this video because I just realized that there are so many opinions that I have about the show. I'm gonna try to be as nice as possible with these. I don't want to be rude or anything. I've just been rambling, so I'm just gonna read through these. It's 2:33 a.m. right now. My goal was to start this video at 3 a.m. and I had a really good reason of why. I was supposed to film a different video than this, but then I didn't do it and now it's already late. So now I'm just filming it late anyway. Anyway, so here are my underrated office opinions. Yay! I'm gonna start off with an opinion that I know is not at all underrated. I think a lot of people have this exact same opinion. I hate Toby, and this is with a genuine passion. Toby is literally made to be a hated character. Toby's entire point, like the whole season, Michael just hates him, and I feel like that's what he's there for. Thinking about him makes my blood boil, and I cannot stand that man, and he just makes me so angry, and I just hate that he's a part of the series. Every time his face comes on screen, I just get so mad. Him liking Pam just made me even more mad. There is just something about that man that fully infuriates me. I do not know what it is, but I cannot stand him. I'm sorry, Toby, but actually I'm not even sorry. I just don't like you. I wish you had stayed in, was it Costa Rica or Cuba or whatever? I wish you had stayed there. The reason I even included this is because I do have some people in my life that like Toby. Don't really know why or how, but they do. I was like, wait, maybe me hating Toby is a little less popular than I thought it was, because if there's people out here loving him in the wild, just open about it. Anyway, my second office opinion, Andy's character was completely butchered when he came back in season 9. I'm pretty sure that's when he came back. But whatever season Andy came back, there was no point in life that I liked Andy Bernard again after that until I rewatched the season, and then I saw him in earlier seasons, and then I liked him again. And then it got back to the season after his vacay or whatever, and then I hated him again. I think they butchered Andy's character development. I really liked Andy, so watching him just plummet was a really sucky experience, and I wish that the writers had not done that. Number 3, Holly is precious and deserved more screen time, and I think she and Michael's relationship should have gotten a lot more press. We got so freaking much about Jan and Michael, who were definitely something to remember. Holly and Michael were just so happy and so precious, and I wish we had gotten a lot more screen time of their relationship. Wish we gotten a lot more screen time of Holly. She's adorable. She's honestly one of my favorite characters. Literally precious, literally the sweetest ever, like a bundle of joy. She's Michael's Scott in a woman, and I love her so much. So I just wish Holly had gotten a little more attention in this series. My fourth opinion is that Michael should have never left the show. Yet again, this is not at all unpopular, I don't think. I don't think Michael should have ever left the show because in my opinion, even though I still loved the series and I watched it to the very end and cried, bawled like a baby on the last episode, I think we all did. After Michael left, it didn't feel like The Office anymore. It kind of felt like a spin-off of The Office. I can't really explain it. I did still love the series and I still loved all my characters the same that I always did. It just, I don't know, something wasn't right, and I just feel like he tied all of that together, even though that episode was just like a staple in Office history. But I just don't think he should have gone. Number 5, I think we're on number 5. I wish that Pam and Angela's relationship had gone farther in a positive way. I think that their friendship had a lot of potential for them to be just so cute. Especially I love that scene when they're both pregnant. That's like such a cute little scene, and then like, oh, they're just so adorable. And I personally really loved Angela. I thought she was precious, and I thought she was a really adorable character. Even though she had her things that she did, overall I really liked Angela, and that's kind of why I wanted her to kind of be closer with Pam, because I also really loved Pam. I love Pam. Pam is probably my favorite character out of the whole series. That leads to my 6th point, I believe, which is I don't think Pam ever got annoying. I've heard a lot of, and I mean like a lot of people say that there was a point in the series where Pam kind of flipped over and got really annoying, and when she kind of started off a little bit softer and a little bit babyer in the beginning of the season, and then as she kind of got older and I guess matured, if that makes sense, because she already had matured, but you definitely did see her change throughout the season. I personally never think she got annoying. If anything, I loved watching her grow. I love watching her grow her confidence and just blossom and flourish and end up with the love of her life. I just think she's the most precious human being. I'm calling everyone precious, but like I told you guys, Pam is probably my favorite character in the whole series. Her and Jem, I adore them. Even I love Mom Pam. I've even heard stuff about how once she had her kid, she got boring, but I don't know. I always loved Pam, but that's just me. I think this is 7. I'm pretty sure this is opinion number 7. My next opinion would be Dwight is not better than Jem, and Jem is not better than Dwight. The show would not be the same without either of them. I hear a lot that Dwight is the best or Jem is the best, or the other way around, Jem is better than Dwight. Without Dwight, Jem's character wouldn't be the same, and without Jem, Dwight's character wouldn't be the same. They need each other, they bounce off of each other well, and they have a really cute dynamic friendship going. I think that was all proven to us in the last episode, just the fact that Jem did that. Opinion number 8, I think. I wish Roy and Pam had ended off better. I know that they did get invited to Roy's wedding and everything along the lines of that, and I guess they technically had an okay ending, but I really wish that Roy hadn't blown up how he did when he found out about Pam and Jem. I hated that, and wish he hadn't, you know, tried to go for Jem, and just I wish that Roy and Pam had just kind of ended off on better terms, and he kind of realized originally, okay, she's in love with Jem, I need to back off. Roy wasn't really the best person in the world anyway, but that's a whole other can of worms to open that I will not get into, because I could rant about Roy for hours. Dwight and Angela were drawn out for too long. I love Dwight and Angela's wedding and everything. Having them from the first season all the way to the last season to me was almost torture. We had to go through so much with Angela to get with Dwight, and then they would be together and then like they wouldn't, and then Dwight would leave and then he would come back, and it was just such a frustrating thing, and ending off the entire show with them getting married was absolutely just, I think, one of the best endings they could have done. But at the same time, I feel like we could have had a better ending and they could have gotten together sooner, if that makes sense, because it felt like it took years. I mean, it did take years. It took multiple years. It took a decade. Every time I watch the show, I know that they're gonna end up, okay, let's speak. I know they are going to end up together, but it just is so hard to have to wait for so long just to see it happen. My 10th opinion, I think Kelly and Ryan should have had a more solid, not toxic ending. The reason I say this is there's a lot of different speculations about the ending in the last episode of when Kelly and Ryan ran off together, whether they actually stayed together. Honestly, I don't think they did, even though I wanted them to because I thought they were really cute. But I wish they had had kind of just a less toxic ending and a more positive ending. Ryan left a child. I mean, I don't know, that just, the fact that he left a child just gives me a really bad vibe, and it just makes me think they didn't last. They could be living happily ever after right now in the Office universe, we don't know. And I think the point of them running off together like that was we were supposed to have to assume. I really did like them together, and I think that they really were cute and balanced each other out really well, but at the same time the toxicity was always there. Oh my gosh, I have so many, I have to speed this up. Pam and Jem were adorable until the end. Yet again, this is me being a little biased because I already told you guys Pam and Jem are my just loves of my lives. Pam especially, but I really love Jem too. A lot of people think that they got boring after they got married, or a lot of people said that they lost their spark after they got married. I never saw that. I've also heard how Jem proposed was really bad and how he proposed was just garbage, and I also don't believe that. I think the way he proposed was unique. Whether they were married, whether they were fighting, whether they were dating, whether they were falling in love but didn't know it, I think they were really cute the whole time. My next opinion is that Pam and Michael's relationship should have been more focused on. There are so many situations, good lord, where Pam is one of the characters that is so over sexualized and just so over the whole series. There's so many jokes made about her often, and they're usually from Michael, and even though that's how Michael's character is, obviously we just know him as that. I wish it had been focused on a little more of him and Pam's relationship. They were really close, and in my opinion I think it was like a kind of daughter and son scenario, if that makes What? Father and daughter scenario. Can y'all tell it's almost 3 a.m.? Last thing I'm gonna touch on with that is example, the art show. That was one of the cutest scenes in my opinion in the entire season, and it's just not talked about enough. He came to her art show and really appreciated her art when almost no one else did, and I can only imagine how much that meant to her. I'm just gonna tie this in. The Pam jokes went way too far a lot, and that's just something I think. Maybe it's because I'm not a guy. I personally think she got the most just gross, inappropriate jokes that should have never happened. They were mostly focused on Pam, or they were mostly aimed at Pam. Next! I'm not even trying to count them anymore because I don't even know. I have never found Kevin spilling his chili funny. If anything, I've always found it heartbreaking. It literally makes me so sad every time I watch it. I've never laughed. Even the first time I watched it, I've never laughed at that scene. I thought it was so sad. He was so excited to bring his chili in and it just ruined, it was just on the floor. Kevin, I'm so sorry you never got to give him your chili. And just watching him try to scoop it up with like paper holders and cardboard in his hands, it's just a really disturbing scene and it makes me really sad every time I watch it. I touched a little bit on Angela already when I told you guys that I loved her and I thought she was a softie, but yet again I'm going to elaborate more on that. I think Angela, okay, I don't know if y'all heard that, but my guinea pig doing laps out of the blue at 3 a.m. I think Angela was adorable and she was so sweet. She was really mean though when she wanted to be. She just didn't let her guard down enough. But I think when she did let her guard down, you definitely saw that soft side of her, but you didn't see it often, so like don't blink because you might miss it. It was that type of softness she showed. Oh yeah, Robert California was never funny to me either. Just kind of like the chili spilling scene. He was just really concerning. He gave me terrible vibes and made me really uncomfortable. Honestly, I don't even want to touch on this topic for too long because I don't really like talking about him. I never liked him. I never found him funny. He was just always really weird, kind of gross, kind of grody. You could have kept Robert up here. You didn't have to put him in the show. My next opinion is that Brian, the film guy, shouldn't have been added. Everything about that made me sad and I just didn't need that. I just don't think he needed to be in love with Pam. I don't really see where that storyline went or what the point of that was. If there was a deeper meaning, someone tell me in the comments because I never got it. That's really all I have to say. Next is my favorite opinion. Creed is one of the best characters in the entire series. I said what I said. I freaking love Creed. I love Creed.
You told Toby that Creed has a distinct old man smell?
I know exactly what he's talking about. I sprout mung beans on a damp paper towel in my desk drawer. Very nutritious, but they smell like death.
Hey YouTube, don't copyright me, boo. I love Creed. He's so funny. He's so ironic. Okay, the last and final opinion is Scott's Tots is not that bad of an episode and neither is The Dinner Party. I've never cringed at either and The Dinner Party makes me laugh, cry every time. And there we go. Scott's Tots, the first time I watched it, I didn't cringe at all. And I honestly didn't even know that it was supposed to be a cringe-worthy episode until I kind of got more into The Office. I've never cringed at Scott's Tots and The Dinner Party is hilarious to me. So I've never had problems with either of those episodes. I'm really hoping that this whole video was in focus because this is my second video with my camera and my last video, which by the way, if you want to watch it, click right up there. My last video was like out of focus the majority of the time. So I tried to make sure my focus was really good in this video. So hopefully this pretty face was clear the whole time. And yeah, I guess we're gonna be logging off now. I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna take out these clips, these hoops, wash my face, brush my teeth, all of that. And then I'm going straight to bed because your girl is sleepy. Okay, love bugs, that's it for me. I have class in like 5 hours. My next plan for a video, I'm not promising y'all nothing because I'll be switching up a little bit too much. My next video idea is a music based video because I really love doing like my music based on mood videos or whatever. I post every other Friday, so every 2 weeks, every other Friday, every 2 weeks. Is that right? Is that the right one? Spread love if that is all you can do. So let someone know you care about them, let someone know you love them, let someone know that they mean the world to ya. Y'all, the British accent just hops out of me with no remorse, no hiding. I love you guys. You guys are my angels. You 150 people that have subscribed to me for some unknowable reason are my favorite people in the world. So thank you. I love you guys. Stay home and stay safe, and thank God if you are in a country that has overcome COVID so you can go out without a mask. Peace out, y'all. I'll see you guys in 2 weeks, or I'll see you guys, I don't know, I'll see you when I see you, but I'm gonna stay on schedule, so I'll see you on the next Friday, but I'm not sure how to word it. Whatever. Bye.